What's going on, Taylor? How are you?
Great, man. Great. Yourself?
I'm doing great. So for those who are watching, well, for those who are listening, we have a YouTube channel, and I mention it now and then, probably not enough, but on the YouTube channel, you can watch this interview. And I was just telling Taylor, as we were dialing in the audio, Donovan typically comes on and helps the guest dial in the audio, so it's a good listening experience. I'm watching Taylor and Donovan kind of get everything dialed in, and I'm thinking that's a pretty cool filter that Taylor's got in the background. And then we're almost gonna record, and he stands up out of his chair and like flips a light switch, and his background changes, and I'm like, whoa, that's not a filter. That's how good a background that is.
That's
That's
awesome.
how
I love it. I
I've
love it.
never seen that before. That was awesome. All right, well, you can see it on the YouTube channel. So what's going on, man? How are you?
Doing great, man. Just staying busy, enjoying my career in the industry, and man, I'm just loving every minute of it, man.
We haven't done an episode on scalp micropigmentation. And by the way, I practice that scalp micropigmentation because
It's a long word.
there's a lot of my moving parts of my mouth that have to all fire at the same time in order to get that all out properly.
Yeah.
And so I practiced it before we did this. We've never done an episode on this, so this is super cool. I've known that this is a thing in the industry, and super excited to be talking about this. Kind of a different kind of episode for us. And so I'm going to, instead of asking your background and all that kind of stuff, I want to get into what this is. I think I know what it is, but I'm not sure. I
Okay.
don't know if the listeners know what it is. So let's just begin with a very fundamental question of what is scalp micropigmentation?
Okay. So the best way I can explain this is take a barber or a hairstylist, take a tattoo artist, and you kind of mix them together, and then you got scalp micropigmentation.
Otherwise
So
known as SMP.
yeah, without tongue twister, SMP is the easiest way to remember this. So basically, it is a cosmetic tattoo that we use to replicate hair follicles. So it's a lot different than cosmetic or tattooing on the body. Totally different technique. And it's just when I saw it, it's absolutely genius because we're taking mainly bald, people that are fully bald. It looks like they have a full head of hair and they just keep it shaved because they want to. So, you get your hairline back, reframe your face. If men or women are suffering from hair loss, or maybe women with thinning hair, we do the SMP, and it's like similar concept as when you dye your hair dark. It's the hair dye stains the skin, so for like 3 4 days your hair looks crazy thick. So it is absolutely mind-blowing when you see the results. And that's it. It is the only permanent hair loss solution that is 100% guaranteed, and it is the cheapest solution also.
Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. So the look, I may ask some dumb questions, but that's my job as I'm here and I want the listeners to learn what this is well. And so I'm going to use my natural stupidity to ask you questions. Um, so, so if I heard you correctly, you are essentially tattooing small dots onto wherever your client wants it to look like the hair follicles are still producing hair.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. And but of course, hair is not going to grow out of the tattoo mark, if you
Yeah.
will, right?
Yep.
It just looks like, I think you said,
Mhm.
somebody who is bald who wants to look like they still have hair follicles that are firing, but they just choose to shave it,
Yeah, yeah,
which
exactly.
in the world of dudes, that's badass.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
if you shave your head, I don't know, that's just badass. It's just a
Yeah,
thing that, it's a guy thing.
exactly,
So,
exactly.
so what you get at the end of one of your sessions, and we're going to talk about details of like what a session is and stuff.
Huh?
What you
Absolutely.
get is a dude with a hairline all of a sudden,
Yes.
and that's where the artistry comes in, right? You were a barber. I think that's going to be important
I
to
still
say.
am.
You're
There's
still a
not
barber,
there
sure.
there's not word. I just focus on the highest paying ticket item I could possibly offer.
Love that. So do you have clients that you cut still?
My 11-year-old son is the only person who gets a haircut from me.
He's the lowest paying
I
client that
still
you've
cut
ever had
hair.
in your life.
It just costs $3,000.
Okay, that makes sense. So your clients, so you're 100% SMP now,
Yeah.
and but you use your experience as a barber behind the chair for how many years, by the way? How many years did you cut hair?
So as of right now, I've been a barber for 25 years.
My God. So you have tremendous experience. How long have
Yeah.
you been doing SMP?
8 years.
Okay. So for you still had a lot of years just cutting hair as a barber before you
Mm-hmm.
started doing SMP. So
Yep.
you know a lot about hairlines. You know a lot about, and heads. All heads are different, right? Some guys have different shaped heads than other dudes,
Yeah.
and that's important when it comes to you making the judgment of where the hairline should be on what head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's when I saw this, so we could say I'm a lifelong, I've been a lifelong barber, right? I went to cosmetology school at 16 years old. Later on went to get my barber license as well, and been cutting hair professionally since 15 in the barbershop. So this is all I've done. And obviously I love cutting hair, but I kind of got to a point where I was like, man, I wasn't just born to sit in this box and just do haircuts all day long. Like this feels like prison. And I went my whole life with ever getting a raise. Never got a raise. I just cut hair. So
Wow.
y-
And
you know,
so like what give us an idea of what kind of barbershop that, and there's lots of different kind of barbershops these days, some
yeah.
guys have kind of carved out a niche of very expensive cuts.
Hmm.
You may not be able to tell, but I pay, well over $100 for my haircut.
I
But
believe it, man.
I know a lot of dudes don't want to pay more than,
Yeah.
so like what were you charging?
So, man, during my career, I've done it all. I've worked in high-end shops, I've worked in low-end shops. The last 9 years of my barbering, doing haircuts, I was in a $10 barber shop. We're
Oh,
talking, yeah, bro. And we're talking with my years and years of experience and my skill set, I'm in a low skill set barbershop doing $10 haircuts. Granted, I still made at least $500 every single day. I made stupid money, but I'm also killing myself. I'm working,
yeah. Oh,
10 hours a day.
so many clients. I mean, Jesus Christ. If
It's
you figure, I guess, $10 plus a tip, hopefully guys are tipping you a few
They're
bucks.
tipping.
Yeah. But
I'm averaging
still
like
low
20
price.
clients a day, even more.
Right. Which is
High
just
volume. It's insane.
crazy.
Yeah. That's
Crazy.
cool when you're starting out, but not when you're in the game for so long.
Right. These a $10 barber cut, this is like the level where you're like the dude they're all like lined up against the back of the wall and they're like give me a 1 and a 2 and stuff, that kind of thing.
For the most part, honestly, it was a group of 8 guys, and we cut hair extremely good. So you're getting a really, really good haircut. And the shop was always slam packed from sun up to sundown. Everybody would throw you like 20 bucks. You throw me 50 on the side, kind of skip the line a little bit. But like, so we made good money, but man, it is high volume. It is
Long
brutal.
days.
Long days, long days.
Okay, so how did you find SMP?
All right. So I told you, I really, really wanted a career change, right? I was completely lost. I only cut hair my entire life. So for me to get a career change, I was at 29, 30 years old. It was, it's very hard to do, you know? And I was sitting down eating dinner at my brother-in-law's house. He's a real spiritual dude. and I'm asking him, you know, about career changes and just different ideas I have in my head. And he was like, listen, God's sending you a career change, but you don't know it exists. So stop asking me. And I'm like, bullshit, man. That's impossible. Like, there's impossible. And I start naming all these things. And he's like, stop. He's like, I told you, you don't know it exists. So just stop asking. And I'm like, whatever, man, you know?
What does that
About eight,
mean?
exactly, exactly. So about 8 months later, one of my clients comes into the shop. I'm giving him a haircut. He's not fully bald, just, you know, kind of thin on top. And he's like, yo, T, how do you like my hairline? And I'm like, it looks great. What'd you do? Put Just for Men in it, you know, at home? And did you paint it on? And he's like, no, bro, this is a tattoo. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I was like, give me that guy's phone number right now. He gave me the dude's number, and then it just hit me. I was like, oh my God. I was like, thank you so much. This is what I'm doing. I never knew this existed. It's freaking genius, and I'm doing it. That's all I knew. I didn't know what it cost. I didn't know anything. I just knew it was better than this damn barbershop and better than these cheap haircuts.
Yeah.
Now, a typical ghetto love story, right? I tell my baby mom, let me get your income tax check because I'm going to buy all new tattoo equipment and I'm going to blow up with this new service I'm going to offer.
And
And
what did she say?
she's like, all right, take my check. She gave me her income tax
Good for
check.
her.
I
Good for
bought,
her.
so,
That's amazing.
you know, I started tattooing when I was 18 years old. My oldest brother's a tattoo artist. So I was many years in tattooing, but barbering is my profession. I bought all new tattoo equipment. I just ordered every size of needle you could possibly think of. And when I'm doing the research on this, it's actually a thing. Scalp micropigmentation. These guys are tattooing hairlines. And I was so impressed, but I would never let none of those guys do my hair. Their work was missing something, was missing a touch. And when I started calling all these guys and I'm asking them questions, and I've been a barber my whole life, I've done tattoos forever. I'm covered in tattoos. They don't know much about tattooing. So it's like their experience level was so low at that time, that I just started tattooing both of my legs. Both of my legs are covered in dots. Ordered every size needle you could think of,
Practice.
doing melons, doing synthetic skins, and about 3 weeks of practicing every single day. When I got home from the barbershop, I felt like I was ready. And then I told my brother-in-law, a different brother-in-law, I was like, man, let me do your hairline. I got you. He's bald. And
What did
he
he say? He's like,
he
you
he
crazy?
yeah. And I was like, you know, I got you, man. Like I will not mess this up, you know. And
Trust
he
me.
was like, he trusted me. So I did it. I did him in the barbershop after hours, about 10:30 at night. We were both shitting bricks. We were scared. I'm shaking. We did the first session of SMP. Came out awesome. We were so excited, so happy with those pictures and videos. I was able to book three more of my friends the next day as soon as they saw the videos. So first week I had 4 clients, videos and pictures of everybody.
Wow.
And man, that was it. I've never ever stopped ever since then.
8 years.
Mhm.
Amazing. So self-taught, I guess. I mean, it's
In a way,
tattooing, and you knew how to tattoo, and you had the perfect background for this, right?
it was a perfect mix. I have years of cutting hair. I've done more tattoos than these SMP artists have ever done SMP. And I'm a very creative person. I could watch something, I could pick it up very quickly. So I won't quite say self-taught, but you know, I had the tools and the skills to do it.
Hmm. And you practiced until it got good.
Yeah.
So, and you were lucky enough to have some relatives who were willing to sit there and let you practice, not really practice. I mean, you practice on yourself, but at least
Yeah.
try
They
as the
trusted
first
me.
client. They trusted you,
Yeah.
which is a big deal because this is how they look. That's a big deal. And so you did your brothers-in-law And then what? You change your Instagram, put up some videos, and rock it. It
Not
was a
change my
rocket ship.
Instagram. My Instagram now was my barber page. Nothing has ever been deleted. You can go all the way to the bottom, and you can see back when I never even knew SMP existed. You can see my whole journey on there, and I just used what I had. You know, when I'm doing classes and they think I have some type of crazy marketing strategy and stuff like that, I'm like, listen, I've been a barber my whole life. I keep things very, very simple. This is solid fundamentals. There's nothing spectacular here. It's fundamentals, it's customer service. I truly care about my customers. I truly care about their concerns. And that's how I'm able to do amazing work and to keep on booking clients for this many years.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a pretty darn good summary. So I'm not done asking questions about the like specifics of it. I'm on your Instagram page. So you kind of you outline where the hairline's going to be. You
Mm-hmm.
probably get the client's approval. Like, does that look
Yeah.
good? Right?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
And then you just start going with the tattooing small dots. And do most of these clients that you're doing these days, do they have a little? I mean, like, how bald are they? 100% bald, or not always?
This all like everybody. I've done plenty of clients that have a full head of hair like you. I've done guys that are maybe just losing the corners or they're just thin on top. And then obviously we got those big old Homer Simpson heads that are totally bald and it's like, oh, it's gonna be a long day.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Okay, so somebody like me, I got fraggle hair; it's going everywhere, and I've been on Propecia and Rogaine for probably 8 or 9 years, very successfully, as you can tell, because I
Yeah,
have a lot
looks
of
great.
hair. And I was thinning for a period of time, so I'm the positive use case for those two things. But somebody like me, how would I benefit from such a thing as SMP?
So the typical for your situation is say maybe when their hair is wet or their hair is kind of thin where they can kind of see through it and they want it to look thicker and fuller. So we would just do the whole top of your head and basically, when you part it, they're going to be the impressions everywhere, which is going to make it look darker and fuller.
Got it. All right. So instead of seeing a white scalp, like in my case, they're seeing darkness in there, and
Yeah.
probably not even be able to tell
It
that
makes it
what
not
what
even,
they're actually seeing.
yeah, it makes it look denser, fuller, you know.
Interesting. Very interesting. So when you're doing a dude who's mostly bald, I mean, there's something coming out, but it's like not enough, so they're probably shaving it, right? And
Mhm.
the follicles that are around the hairline have
Huh?
been dormant for a number of years.
Hmm.
So there's no pigment there.
Yep.
Um, so when you go in there with the little dots to give pigment to follicles, is there like a technical nature to that? Like, are you doing fewer at the hairline and then more as you go up onto the
Yeah.
scalp?
So that's like one of the biggest mistakes newer artists make, or just artists in general, is they typically go too dense with the impressions at the hairline.
Right.
So for like the most realistic results, the actual hairline itself, the impressions need to be a little bit more spaced out, and just like a quarter inch, a half an inch back, they'll get a little bit closer together, and that's going to make it look, the most natural. Whether they want a little edged up hairline like they came from the barbershop, or a just nice sprinkle like they got a buzz cut, the front should always be a little bit less dense.
That seems to be the natural way that
Yeah,
our follicles are spread around the scalp. I know
yeah.
that I have a friend who's a I guess implant doctor, right?
Okay.
And so he takes the tracks out of the back of the head,
Yep.
and then he has this team of people. They they separate the follicles in terms of the gauge of the hair, the thickness of the hair, the texture of
Mhm.
the hair, the color of the hair, and maybe a couple other things. And then they around the hairline they put the thinnest, lightest
Yeah, they'll put
hair
singles. They put
follicles.
singles at the hairline, and then when they get back farther in, then they'll put like clusters of 2 and 3.
Right. Okay. So this is the same kind of thing that you're doing. I imagine, like you already said, those who aren't doing as good a job are just doing the same density of dots.
Yeah, to the naked eye, when you look at the procedure being done, it's like, I just doing dots on the head. That's easy, and it's a lot more moving parts than somebody might think.
To make it
It
look
is.
good.
This is precision tattooing at its finest.
Yeah.
It
That's a
has to
good
be
description.
extremely precise.
Yeah. That's a good description. Okay. What other parts of the body do you have you done? Do you have people asking for?
I do beards all the time. I used to do eyebrows. I have
Why
later
used
on,
to do eyebrows?
because that only costs like $700, and I don't want to waste my time.
Okay.
SMP is the highest service I can offer in the
Yeah.
beauty industry.
And so you
Um,
have enough people wanting it on the scalp that it's not
yeah,
worth
I
doing
have.
the yeah.
And during my 8-year career so far, I have over 10,000 clients completed globally.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
insane. Okay, so let's get into the nitty gritty of the service sessions. I think you call them
Hmm.
to do your typical scalp. Not a big linebacker scalp, but or not a little kid scalp, but like a normal
Yeah,
dude
normal average
scalp.
job. Yeah.
How many is it? Multiple sessions, and how many hours
Yeah.
per session?
So over the years, I've got it down to 2 sessions. In the beginning stages, we're doing 3 sessions, even 4 sessions. But as I evolved my technique and just understood how the skin heals and how the skin regenerates, I'm able to get them done with 2 sessions. I book each session for 3 hours. So they come in, they get the SMP. As soon as I'm done, I never exceed 3 hours. It looks amazing. We wait 4 weeks, let the skin fully regenerate. They come back in, we do a second session, and then they're complete. So we're talking, pretty much my mindset to this is, if I was doing $50 haircuts, and that would say an hour-long appointment, so I'm averaging 150 every 3 hours with tip maybe $200, and that's giving like justice, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and in 3 hours I'm getting $2,500 to $3,000. So
Amazing.
pretty much every time I do a client, in my mind, I just got a $2,300 raise.
Amazing.
You know,
Absolutely amazing. Okay, so 2 sessions, so 6 hours for your typical scalp. And I'm curious, is it simply the reason that you need 6 hours and not, or I should say it this way, the reason you need 2 sessions and not one session is just the sheer area that you need to do, or do you do the whole scalp area the first time and then the healing takes place, like you said, and then
yeah,
they
good
come
question.
back and what happens?
Okay, so we make the impressions, but we keep them a little bit spaced out. So
Okay.
we want a good amount of skin in between. So like when you're looking on Instagram and YouTube and all my social media, that's pretty much all finished work, 2 sessions. So we keep the dots spaced out. We let that heal. When they come back, we put more in between those, which will make it look darker, more full, and pretty much that's it. The finishing touches, nice little blend. Now, the reason why we can't go so close at the very beginning is because we got pigment, which is not ink. Like they get it twisted. This is pigment, which is different. So it's like sand floating in a carrier, which is like distilled water. Let's just call it. So now we deposit that in the scalp. That has to cure, meaning the carrier, the water needs to evaporate, leaves the sand behind. If you put it too close, it can just merge together, and now we just painted somebody's head. and completely
Bro, and
stain
then
the
you're in
skin.
trouble because somebody's pissed off.
They
So
might not be pissed off, but it's gonna look. I'm not gonna
it's not
want
gonna
to.
look as
It's
not
not
gonna
gonna
look
look
as
good. I'm not gonna like that.
okay. So did you just describe what a tattoo is? Is that the pigment, the same pigment used for a tattoo? It's like sand, or it's like a small, a
Hmm.
very very small grain, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I
Hmm.
learn something new every day. This is when the listeners are like, "Huh, Eric doesn't know shit. Why am I even
I
listening to
don't
this
think
podcast?"
many people know. It's. I mean, a lot of people call it ink, but it's
Right,
pigment.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm scrolling your gram right now. I noticed that you have a guy with a full head of very natural looking, pretty cool hair, and he's got kind of a mid fade. And then so you're not doing his scalp, you're doing his beard. And I'm
This is
like,
my
whoa,
favorite thing to do. I did a goatee
yeah.
today.
Is it your favorite thing because you get to shape? Like
Yeah,
it
because
requires a little more shape.
it's more fun.
Uh
And then honestly, just myself in general, all I care about is my beard.
huh.
I shave my
Yeah,
head, whatever. But like, if my beard's messed up, I am not leaving my house. Like, I'm
yeah.
not doing this. All I got is my beard.
Yeah,
So
well, it's
like,
like man makeup, right? It's like all
yeah,
we
yeah,
have to
yeah.
accentuate the
Uh,
the good and hide the bad shapes of our face. So I can see you're into doing this dude's beard, and you've got it kind of outlined in a good masculine way. The guy happens to have really well shaped face. I hate him
mhm.
because I have a oval face like you do. I got big cheeks. So so he's got a really cool looking beard, and so you're essentially from a visual standpoint, you're filling it in. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, for the most part, just adding density.
And then it looks like he has natural hair growing on the beard.
Yeah, yeah, you still have. I mean, most people. I have my beard done. I have a really good beard. It's pretty thick, but I like it dark. So shave my whole face, my whole beard, and then I would throw it right back.
It grows right back, and then
Yeah.
you don't see as much skin between the natural hairs of your
Mhm.
beard. You see the
Exactly.
dark. Well, at least it's darkened underneath, so it
Yep.
looks more filled. Like
Mhm.
mine is kind of, it's not great.
I could do your beard. It will look absolutely amazing, and it's gonna match your hair color. The tone is gonna look good on your skin color, and it'll be nice and natural looking. It's just gonna look more filled in. No one's even gonna know.
Well,
It's
wait. So this is a bit of a trick example here because as you can see, and I'm sure the listeners
huh?
know that my beard is graying. I mean, I am almost 50. So, my
Really?
hair, yeah, well, my hair is
No
gray.
way.
Well, you can maybe see if I get the light shining
You're
right.
almost
You know, my,
50?
yeah, my
Dude, I
hair is
never in
gray.
my life
See
would have
that?
guessed that.
Well, that's because of my chubby cheeks. It makes me look younger. But my facial hair is graying, and it's been gray right here at my
Uh-huh.
chin, symmetrically, thank God, for years. And then over here, hard to see in the camera, but it's graying there too. So if you were sitting here right now, we were doing this on film, what color would you choose? Because I got
I'm
gray, I got
well,
reddish tones, I got
I'm gonna make
brown.
hey, I'm gonna make like an ashy brown that will match this portion of your beard best. And when we go across the front, all we're doing is adding more pepper, salt and
Interesting.
pepper. It's
Right.
gonna look
A little
awesome.
more pepper to the salt,
I'm not
which
gonna match the white hair,
right.
but the color of the pigment with the white hair, it's gonna be salt and pepper. It's gonna look awesome.
That is fascinating.
I look like
Okay,
freaking
so
Brad Pitt when I'm done.
yeah, you're good at selling this too. You're good at selling this. I could see where this story's going. I could see why you've been doing well at this.
Ladies and
Um,
gentlemen, I'm about to schedule him on the calendar.
well, where are you, by the way, geographically?
I am located in downtown Miami, in Brickell.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a great area, and that's a great town for this service, right? Because people care about the way they look in Miami, the same way they
Believe it or
do in
not,
LA.
fun fact, I do like 10 people from Miami a month. One We can
No
go
shit.
99% of my clientele flies in from all over the world.
You're kidding me.
I think the whole Miami is like some leverage. Like, all right, Miami for 2 days, why not? You know?
Well, I can see that. I can see that. So, fun fact. Maybe you don't want me talking about this because it's almost a competitor, but anyone who knows knows. I was in Turkey for a vacation,
Uh-huh.
and this is like I don't know if it's
Yeah.
the home of the implant thing,
The
but all
Mecca.
these people, it's the Mecca, right?
Yes.
All these people, dudes and girls. So the girls were doing plastic
Yeah.
surgery, so they had bandages all over. On the plane on the way back, there
Mhm.
were half of the passengers were
Get the
girls
head
with
wrapped.
bandages on their
Yeah.
faces, and the other half were dudes
With
with
their head
all
wrapped.
sorts of
Yeah.
marks all over their head.
Yeah.
And I went back to my seat and I'm like, babe, what the hell is going on? Or was there like was there a war or whatever in Turkey? And she's like, no, you idiot. This is the plastic surgery. They do the hair thing. And so
Yeah.
so there's like a tourism element to it. So I could see Miami being that for you.
Yeah.
Now you're
Yeah.
cheaper than that, I'm assuming. You said it's the cheapest way
Mhm.
to get a
Absolutely.
filled in look. So, and am I doing the math right? So it's $3,000 for or $6,000 for a scalp,
No, it'll be three. That's
three
included
for
both
two
both
sessions.
sessions. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So $3,000 for the scalp. I know that the implanting can run. I mean, it can get into the 50, 60,000 neighborhood.
Yeah, in the States, absolutely. The cheapest you're gonna find in the States, probably a crappy job, is 10K. So you want some good work is 20,000 and up in United States. Now, Turkey is doing, if you go to the right people, absolutely mind-blowing work. But it's still about $5,000. But you got to take 2 weeks off of work, full-blown surgery, flights, hotels, etc. So yeah, you're getting it cheaper, but I mean, 2 weeks off of work is it's a big swing. So for the most part, you're paying the same money if you would have stayed
Yeah.
here. But they
And
do
and by the
great
way,
work.
the follicles don't all take either.
It's permanent, but it's not guaranteed. And being in the hair industry my entire life, my entire working life, I have seen by far more bad than good.
Yeah.
Now, recently, I'm starting to see great work that I am very impressed by. But again, it's still not fully guaranteed. It might not work for everybody. It's surgery, and you're taking a living organism, which is your hair follicle, and you're re-putting it somewhere else. So this is an organ transplant ultimately, right? So there is a risk rate of it not being successful. But regardless of the matter, I'm not biased to any hair enhancement. I'm lifelong in the beauty industry. I love it all, you know? So SMP, the way I like to explain SMP is let's just talk about like food, right? Pizza. So we got the dough. You cannot make pizza without the dough. That's SMP. It always needs to be done first. Then you put your toppings on, make whatever recipe you want, whether you want to add minoxidil, whether you want to do finish dried, whether you want to do a hair transplant, whether you like hair fibers, it all looks great together. They all complement each other extremely well. So whatever the best fit is for each person, you know. But S&B's 100% guaranteed. It looks absolutely amazing, and within 3 hours, you're gonna look amazing. That's it. New, completely changed.
That is another benefit is right away you get the benefits you get the benefits of the appearance with the hair transplant. I've had some friends who they had it done and then for many months they're in a situation where they have to be very careful about what's going on up
Yeah.
there, hoping that the follicles are accepted by that new part of your body and the hair starts growing again. Yeah, and it doesn't always work. So big advantage there.
I've actually done 2 hair transplants. I got trained and certified to do hair transplants.
What? I
Yeah.
thought you had to be a doctor.
And you need a medical technician.
Really?
There's
Okay. Well,
loopholes around
that's
all that stuff. The people who do it in the United States, they're not doctors.
No?
The
Okay.
doctor just looks at you, takes your money, and then his technicians do it that he pays $20 an hour.
Knew it.
But yeah, I did 2 hair transplants, and the people who do really good transplants, hats off, because you guys are extremely talented. That shit is hard to do. It is
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, when it was explained to me, it was like, wow. And this friend of mine, he's up in the 50,000 neighborhood. He does
Yeah.
celebrities and stuff, and it's all very hush hush. There's no sign on the
Yes.
thing. It's all
Yeah,
very
yeah.
secretive. And he explained the process, and I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
He uses all these people like I described before in order to try to get as
They
natural of a look
need
as
they need a
possible.
team to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So you did them as a technician. You did the transplants. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I was thinking about possibly, maybe teaming up with a doctor, providing transplants in the United States or North America. Just because honestly, I don't think no one could do it better. If I wanted to do it, I know what it's supposed to look like, but it's a lot of work, and honestly, I'd rather just do SMP. I actually make more money doing SMPs than I would doing transplants. The amount of time that it takes.
Less liability too, and I'm sure lots of other things.
Yeah, it's full blown surgery.
What
Yep.
about maintenance appointments? They come in a year later. Is there anything like
Um,
that?
no, they go back to their regular routine, cut their hair however they like. If they still have hair and it's just thin, then it's not going to dictate their haircut. They could do any haircut they like. If they're bald, they're still going to need to shave. But like, granted, if you're totally bald on top and in 2 days you have this like ring going around your head, and that's like makes everybody look so much older, right? So now instead of 2 days, maybe you can go 4 or 5 days before you got to shave it, you
Got
know?
it.
Um, so for the most part, you're going to cut your hair as usual, except it's going to look a lot better.
Hmm. Okay. Have you ever had comb over patients like a Donald
Yeah,
Trump? Would
absolutely.
Donald Trump benefit from this?
Taylor Perry does all humans. If you're a human, I could take great care of you. Donald Trump, Biden, I will take care of all of you guys.
Okay, so how do you find clients? It sounds like you're doing great. You're booked out. I mean, how are these people finding you?
All right, so I'm gonna blow you guys' mind with this. So, all right, when I tell you for the last 8 years, I've completed over 10,000 clients globally. Of course, I got word of mouth. Clients always refer me clients, but my entire income comes from social media platforms.
Which
When I
ones?
had, when I had,
Mostly
I'm sorry.
Instagram, mostly.
Yeah, Instagram. I used to get a lot from YouTube. I stopped being so active on YouTube because I'm so busy. But definitely Instagram and Facebook. Now, when I had so listen to this. So I started doing this in the barbershop after hours, like I told you. It quickly grew to me doing this after hours. My free time got taken up very quickly, and I was forced to open up my own location. So I opened up a storefront
Nice.
that year. I'm talking maybe 8 or 10,000 followers on Instagram. So it wasn't like a crazy big account or anything like that. I made $1.4 million that year through Instagram.
Whoa, hold the fuck up. Hold on a second. Wait, in year one? Of course, you have expenses. Listeners don't go nuts. He didn't pocket that. You got expense, you got rent, you got
Bullshit.
insurance, you got shit like that. But
This is
like,
$800 for a
that's it
year. For a year.
well, okay, you got rent.
This is the only business, and if you know one, let me know. This is the only business I know that within like 5 square feet, because all I need is my massage bed, I can make $1 million. I need nothing else. I could do it in a freaking field as long as they lay down. And I have my tattoo machine, my needles, and my pigment. It was one of those things is when I found the price point, 2,500, 3,000, 25 being a very competitive price globally, no matter the currency. And I was like, okay, my original plan was let me do 2, 3 heads a week and just live an amazing life. Spend time with my kids and my family, go to the gym. And I did that within the first couple months. And then I'm like, man, I literally killed my body my entire life for freaking $10 and $20 haircuts, working 12 hours a day. I got a torn hip from cutting hair. So I said,
How
you
do
know
you do
what?
that?
Standing up all day. I'm a heavyweight. I was like, used to walk around 250, 260. So
Wow.
yeah. So I said, listen, I'm going to kill myself now. Except now I'm going to get paid.
Right.
So I had an assistant at the time. I told her, listen, I want at least a minimum of 3 clients a day. And I'm doing 3 clients. I'm doing 4 clients, 5, even 6 days a week. During COVID, I was working 30 days nonstop, 4 clients a day, $3,000 a pop for 6 years straight.
That's crazy.
And I get everybody, the original question, I got totally veered off, but the original question was, how do I get all these clients? The same way I was taught at the beginning of this podcast, I told you it's all basic, solid customer service, right? So if you walked in my barbershop, I'm going to greet you. Hey, how's it going? Are you waiting for first available? Da, 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 da. I'll take good care of you. Perfect. If you walked by my shop and popped your head in and looked and then left, I'm going to come running the door. Hey, come back, come back. Oh, how can I take care of you? Da, 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 da. So it's exactly the same. Nothing changes, except now I'm on social media. So if you follow my page, guess what? You just walked in my barbershop. I'm going to DM you. Hey, thanks for the follow. I really appreciate the support. Any questions about SMP or my training class? I'm going to take great care of you. I'm here. And then I'll follow up with a voice note so they know I'm not a bot. It's really me.
That kind of diligence when it
Yes.
comes to engaging, everybody could benefit from this. You know, if the listener is a hairdresser who's perfectly happy with her career, she's not going to start doing this, but now she's informed about it. You know, if somebody follows you, you don't know who they are, they're a potential client, DM them. I love that.
And not only are they a potential client, they're a potential client that's going to pay you what you want. Your locals that are always in your shop ain't going to pay you what you want. They've been there for years. They want the cheap price, or they want, you know what I mean? New clients pay you what you want. Another thing, if you comment on my post, that's the same thing as if you walked by the barbershop and said something to me and kept walking. I'm going to grab you and talk to you. I'm going to message you. I'm going to respond to the comment. That's how I made this money. Another thing, what I would do, and I still do this to this day, and everything I'm saying, I still do this to the day, is I would make myself very, very well known locally, and eventually nationwide, and then eventually worldwide. Grew and grew and grew. But what I would,
Examples.
so example is, I would go to the LA Fitness hashtag, because remember, I started with a smaller page. I had to grow it just like anybody else. So I didn't have tons of people following me or messaging me. I had to create that. So I would do the opposite. I would go to LA Fitness in Hollywood, where I used to work out at. And I would literally look at everybody who tagged that they were there. I will like all their pictures. I will comment on their stuff. I will comment on their story. So it goes straight into their inbox. And I would just support everybody in the areas that I personally go. So I'm not selling to nobody, but you got to
That's
know what I do.
power networking is what that is. That's power networking.
It's just being like, if I'm a barber and I'm walking around my neighborhood, hey, good morning, how you doing? I buy a coffee. Hey, yeah, see ya. Everybody knows that's the guy at the barbershop.
Right. Right.
It's the same
But
thing.
and I call it power because you can do 10x, laying on your
10x.
couch at night,
Yes.
versus walking around the gym and
Handing
hey,
out business
Billy.
cards that they're going to
Yeah.
throw away.
Right.
And it's
Love
awkward.
it. So in other words, you're making yourself known because people hit on your profile and they're like, oh, this guy, Taylor Perry, that's interesting. What does he do?
Mhm.
What's SMP? Yes. And you're like, holy shit, maybe I could benefit from that. 1 out of 10 or whatever. Or like, maybe I can benefit from that. And then maybe a second person out of 10 might say, I really don't like the fact that my boyfriend's bald. Maybe he can benefit from it, right?
Absolutely.
Or maybe my brother can benefit. Yeah.
They just got to know what it is that you do.
They just have to be aware that who you are and what you do.
And I know a lot about marketing now. I've studied it over the years, but back then I did not. I just had I want to say common sense. I just would like understand certain things, and I made over $1 million on Instagram with 8 to 10,000 followers. And all I did no paid ads. I boosted a lot, but I would boost locally. And then I started boosting nationwide, meaning like I would take my best performing content and I would just put like $100, $200 on it for like maybe 8 days, 10 days and let it circulate through Instagram. And then that's how I would start getting followers. Then I would DM them, start conversations, and that's how I made the money. And when I'm in the DMs and I'm getting them on the phone, it's a conversation the same way me and you are having. I'm not selling to nobody. I'm just educating them of what I do. I'm just guiding them. If I can guide them, I can definitely get you on my calendar. You know what I mean? And
You're
that
just
was it.
informing. You're just
Yeah.
making them aware.
Absolutely.
I love it. So simple when we talk about it like this, right? And then hopefully the listeners are like, geez, yeah, I really should spend more time kind of power networking within Instagram instead of scrolling everybody else's
Yeah.
content.
You're going to be on there anyway, so you might as well do something good with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Extremely powerful. It changed my life.
Absolutely. Holy shit. Okay. So so I think we have the lay of the land with Taylor Perry and SMP. So my understanding is that you educate people, you teach people how to do this now?
Yeah, so it's like my whole career is so organic, man, and I never ever thought I'd be to be an educator. Never even thought I could teach. I was actually very scared to teach. And when I started making a little bit of noise and other people were reaching out to me like, yo, I have to learn this. This is incredible. And they just kept begging me to teach. And I was like, yo, I don't know how to teach. Like, no, I don't know. And they just wouldn't stop. They're like, no, like they want to learn. And, I was just them very not long ago at all. So I know exactly what they're going through. I know how they feel. And I had two girls from Puerto Rico call me and they're like, you're going to teach us. And I told them, I said, honestly, I've never taught nobody. I don't know if I could do it. And they're like, no, you can do it. We believe in you. They flew in from Puerto Rico to Miami. We spent 4 days together.
Okay.
I taught them and they are extremely successful to this day. I taught them
In
uh,
Puerto Rico.
no, yeah, in Puerto Rico, yeah. Probably taught them almost 7 years ago. And then after that, I had a girl call me, a barber, female barber from Vancouver, Canada. She called me and had one of my clients who I've been cutting his hair since he was 13 years old. Um, they were like, yo, we're learning this. She flew in from Vancouver. He came down from Orlando and taught them, both of them to this day, extremely successful. And that's how this all evolved. During COVID, I ended up rewriting a whole curriculum of everything I do. I made an online course of just all in-depth video content. And, you know, teaching is very, very hard. It's not easy. So the better I can make it before they come in person, the better it is for me and the better it is for them. So I kind of just sat down and said, let me, any way somebody can like retain information, I have to provide it in order to make this course like so well-rounded, right? I personally learned by hands-on. I got to watch you and then I'm going to do it myself. But not everybody is like that. I had one of my, maybe my third or fourth guy come in was a high school teacher and a barber on the side. And when I had him, and he was all about notes, he needs literature to read, and that he's textbook, he's a teacher. And I was like, oh shit, this guy learns totally different than I do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I end up writing a whole curriculum. So whether it's reading and writing, whether it's video and audio, hands-on kinesthetic learning, and then ongoing support, I combine everything to just make a complete course.
Okay, so this is business number 2. Obviously, it's the same thing, SMP, but you do an SMP, you're a service provider, you're getting paid directly. You being SMP educator is a totally different thing. So how do you split your time?
I would say my income is about 50-50,
Oh my
about even.
gosh. Okay, so you're making that much money on education.
Now I am, yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so and you sell access to the videos that you're talking about, to all the materials,
It's a full curriculum. It's a
full
written curriculum.
curriculum.
It's an ecosystem. It's an online course. It's all video content that goes along with the written curriculum, that goes along with on live group Zoom coaching, private WhatsApp group, and then of course hands-on training where we work on real models together. They get to do models. I go over social media. Over the years, I've learned how to make content, how to take pictures and videos of the clients, and then also it's a framework, right? I've been extremely busy my whole career, but it's because I have framework. And again, like it's not rocket science, but I have a step-by-step routine that I do. I don't break it, and it keeps my calendar full. When I talk to people on the phone, it keeps them trusting me, you know. And it's just framework. So that's what I teach. I teach everything how to be successful.
Amazing. All right, so you became the shy potential service provider became a great educator, a master, I guess they would call it, master educator. You've mastered this skill, and you're helping other people be successful at it, which I'm sure is a side benefit to you. You feel that, don't you?
Yeah, I love it. It's because there's a lot of passion involved. And when I'm having these classes, everybody is so excited to be there. And I take it very personal because whew, these people, a lot of them are coming in with their last dollar, betting on their self when 85% of the world doesn't even believe in their self, let alone bet on it. So these guys and girls are coming in, betting on them, believing them. Most of them, a lot of them, it's their last freaking penny to get here. So it's like, I got to give you everything. Like I have to give it all. But the energy is insane. And
Wow.
we keep it small. We keep intimate groups. I used to teach classes of 40, but now I stick it to groups no bigger than 10. It just
Hard to
intimate.
hard to give attention to each person when there's 40.
No, believe it or not, those classes were the best classes I ever had.
Well, why aren't you doing those anymore?
It's moving parts. So for every 5 students, I would fly another artist in to help me teach.
Ah,
So I gotta buy hotels. I gotta buy flights. It's a lot of moving parts. So that's a full blown event.
yeah.
And I made great money doing it, but it's a lot. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of energy on myself.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you have like you use as part of the education, you're doing classes like you just described. You're still doing those. Do you have any coming up?
Yeah, my next class is September 22nd and 23rd in my home office in Miami, Florida.
Okay. Okay. So I would guess that that's probably a month from now when this is coming out. That
Yeah.
September would be about a month from now. It's
Hmm.
about 2 months from now, but we do these, we
Yeah.
record these in advance. Everybody knows that. Um, okay. And how much does the class, or I should ask it this way, how much, if somebody listening out there wants to learn how to do this, supplement their income, or potentially make this all of their income, how much does it cost to learn?
Normal price is 5,000, but periodically here and there, I do some type of deals, depending. But normal price is $5,000.
So DM for deals.
Yeah, just DM me if you are actually watching this podcast and you enjoy this show. I'll more than happy to give you a great deal. And another thing too,
Amazing.
just reach out because if you want to learn this, no matter financial status or travel or we talk about it, we put it on the table, we figure it out.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then I'm just thinking through the questions that a listener might have if they're considering doing this. What is upstart investment? So it would be the tattoo device machinery. I don't have any
No,
tattoos. I'm
I
like
give
the
them
only
every
person in our industry who has no tattoos. But like what is upstart investment?
well, I give them everything when they sign up for the program. They get the machine, they get all the supplies, they get all the equipment from me. It's
Okay.
enough. Yeah, it's enough supplies and equipment. If you're charging full price to make at least $15,000, you know?
Got it.
So it's a good amount to get started. And then honestly, I started in my barber chair. So if you have a salon chair or a barber chair, you can start right there. You know,
Amazing.
I like to tell everybody, use with what you got. You know, I started with a TV dinner table and my baby mom's income tax check. That's how I started.
That's amazing. That's the best part of the story. Is there a license required?
Yeah, so every state is different, but for the most part, normal tattoo license, which
Okay.
unlike barbering or cosmetology, it's extremely easy to get. It's usually like $100 and you just pay. There's no
Isn't that
test
amazing?
involved. It's
Why
crazy.
is
They
that easier to get
they
than a cosmetology
they
license?
drag us through the ringer to get a cosmetology license.
Just how stupid, right?
Yeah, it's all about money.
Well, it's not stupid to spend that, but it's just the number of hours. It's just the
It's insane.
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But
No.
anyway, that's a whole different podcast. Okay.
But it's easy.
Uh,
It's easy to get.
Yeah. Okay. So normally in our Hair Game podcast episodes, when I'm talking to a hairdresser who's, super high profile and is doing cool things in the industry and a lot to teach, I ask a hair horror story. So
Okay.
now I'll ask an SMP horror story. I don't know if you've got any, but have you heard about any?
Okay. So yeah, I actually had one.
Okay.
And it's really like when we're talking put your customer service to the test. Holy shit. All right. So in the barbershop, we got good and bad clients, right? In the beauty salon, good and bad clients. But you can cut their hair, you can get them out of here, and just try to avoid them for the rest of whatever your time at that shop. SMP is a little different. This is a permanent procedure, right? So I like to call there is red flag clients that you just don't want to do.
Yes.
You know? Now, when I'm at this point in my career, I'm not handling my own closings. I have an assistant. She fills my calendar. She does my sales for me for the most part. And if there's a crazy guy on the phone, like I don't want to do him. I don't want him here, And somehow he slipped through the cracks and he gets here.
He made it through the filter.
Cool dude, but not somebody you want to deal with. So he comes in to my studio. He drove from Jacksonville, Florida, which is a long drive. Gets here early in the morning. It was like a 10 o'clock appointment. And this guy is smashed on for sure, Xanax bars or something. Just oblivious, slurring, drunk. And I'm just like, fuck, man. So, all right, whatever. He's here, he paid and I'm just pissed. So nice guy though. So I cut his hair. I'm trying to draw the line. He's moving all over the place. Lays in my chair. And it took me probably an hour just to get him to sit down in my chair. He just keeps walking around, lays in the chair. The whole fucking chair tips over. He's laying on the ground. And I gotta help pick him up because he can't get up.
Oh no.
It was bad. He was there for the whole day. I had to get out, curse my assistant out for that. And then the mess up part is that he got to come back for a second session.
Yeah. All right. So it took all day to do session 1. When he came, did he come back?
Hell yeah, he came back. Guys, he loves me.
It's always those clients who love us, isn't it? It's like the ones that we wish that are so cringy that we wish would go to somebody else. So he came back, and was it better the second time or the same? Well, maybe. Do you think maybe that was just his cocktail, his meds? It's just
I mean, it's definitely prescription drugs for sure. It definitely is meds.
Well, yeah, it was pretty did he rough. At least like it? Did he like the service?
It, man. He loves it. He's posting pictures on Google. He loves it. He's a happy guy.
That's good.
It was rough.
Yeah, I bet that was
uncomfortable. Other than that, it's pretty good for the most part. I get cool people, man. I get really cool people.
That's good. All right. Well, this was awesome, Taylor. Anything else you want to tell the audience?
Yeah, so just me in life, right? This is something so I was recently in Thailand for 1 month. And from just my career, right? I got to a point where I had a beautiful, nice studio, every car you could think of, like you name it. And there was like, sometimes you get to a point where you feel like you're too good to do some things, and you kind of forget uh where you start at. And I was in Thailand. I've gotten a detachment of like worldly items over the last couple of years where I just kind of like it just evolving as a person, right? So I go to Thailand to visit two of my friends. I bring my machine, needles, and ink. That's all I brought. And I get there, and this is another thing when I tell you like the framework that I do. I get to Thailand, and within like a couple of days, I'm like, I can't be sitting around. Like I was gonna say, I'm just gonna film a bunch of videos and content for the business. I'm like, I gotta leave my mark wherever I go. And I'm like, I'm gonna do a client. So exactly what I told you earlier. I put $200 on one of my good performing organic videos. I put it in the surrounding areas like Bangkok, Phuket, and Koh Samui, another island. Only those three places I played this video. 48 hours. I got a guy from my DM on FaceTime, WhatsApp, talk to him, get a complete stranger on the other side of the globe to trust me and pay a $1,500 Stripe invoice,
Unbelievable.
believing that I'm going to jump on a plane and actually go fly. I'm in Koh Samui, fly to Bangkok, do his SMP. And this is what I'm telling you. It's like the framework of the closing and how I built this whole career. I still do it and it works, wherever I go. So
Wow.
I get to Bangkok, I jump off the plane. All I have is my machine. I stop at the flea market there to buy a light. And then I get to his house. Mind you, I'm on a scooter because the traffic is so bad. You got to ride scooters. So I'm on the back of
Okay.
a scooter. It's an Uber that picks you up, the Grab, and go to this guy's apartment, little apartment in Bangkok. And I'm like, listen, bro, I'm missing some supplies. I don't even have gloves. I'm like, if you don't got gloves, like I cannot do S&P on you. Like I at least need gloves. I need saran wrap. I need tape. I need a couple things. So we're literally just storming his house, going to his kitchen, found gloves. They were like to dye your hair, the ones that are like plastic
Yep.
bags that they put in the box.
Yeah.
Found a little bag of those. So no bed. He lays on his couch. I saran wrap his head cushion on the couch. And I have videos. I'm gonna actually post it soon. By the time this is out, it will be on my page. I'm sitting Indian style in his living room doing SMP with his head on the back of the couch in a little apartment in Bangkok.
Unbelievable.
And the old me would have been like, I can't do this. I can't work in these circumstances. I need this and I need that. And it just got to the point where it's like, I don't need anything, man. I have the skill. I need nothing. I have the
Yeah.
skill. It's more than enough.
Yeah.
And I just was like laughing. I was laughing. I put my phone on a tripod. I'm like, this is the best. I need nothing. I was like, thank you, God. I can go anywhere on this planet. And with my skill set, I will make a living.
Isn't that
And
amazing?
yeah, after him, I booked two more clients. I made $7,000.
Jesus.
And just like that, through the DM and just talking to people. And then I got hit by the
Unbelievable.
car, so I couldn't work no more.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's okay. I like the adventure, but the best time ever.
That's so cool, though. I just absolutely love the essence of that and how you, keep your feet on the ground and
Yeah,
recognize the simplicity of it and how valuable it is, across borders, across the world.
yeah.
What you do has value to guys, maybe some girls, on the other side of the world. And all you need is your knowledge and your skill and your tool that you can carry with you, and you can make a living anywhere in the world. How amazing is that?
yeah. It just really, it's just such a blessing. Like even us as hairstylists and barbers, we can go anywhere on planet Earth and make a great living. We need nothing. We could cut hair on the porch. We cut hair in the jungle in the desert. It don't matter. We don't need anything. All that stuff is luxury, and I love it, and I will always want to work in that environment. But we really don't need anything.
Awesome. All right, Taylor, this was phenomenal. And listeners, you heard him. If you have questions, DM him. He's on his DMs all the time.
I'm in there,
Love it.
going down in the DM. I
All
appreciate it,
right.
man. It's a great,
Th-
great show, man. Great show.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for sharing.